Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, sir. My today's topic is causative construction in Kui language. Uh, so, uh, Causal verb or indicates a causing of another to do something instead of doing it oneself. Means to making someone do something. When we make a sentence like that, referring to making someone do something, that is called a causative sentence. Semantically, it refers to a causative situation. And a causative sentence has two components. They are the causing situation and the cause situations. There are three types of causatives. One is morphological, second one is periphrastic, and lexical one. There are a lot of languages where we can see morphological causatives in almost all the Indian languages. And the language I have taken is a Dravidian language, which belongs to central part of Odisha, India. It has morphological causatives in a good number, and periphrastic causative is when we use another verb like in English, let or make, those type of verbs to refer causation. We can say that periphrastic causative and lexical causative when we use another lexical unit or lexical word to show causatives. As Kui is a agglutinating language, it is very rich in affixation, so that morphological causatives are more in number in this language. Kui language is a language which is found in hilly and forested area between Odisha and Visakhapatnam district of Andhra Pradesh in India, and it covers almost 12 districts in Odisha, and it covers almost the whole central part of the state. 99% of the Kui population are found in Odisha. Uh, it belongs to South Central Dravidian language family and spoken by the Kandhas or Khonds, which is anglicized version of Kandha. Most of the speakers speak Odia and Telugu as their second language. Means almost all the speakers of Kui are bilingual. So, like we can see many other languages, borrowing language influences in this language. The research methodology I have followed for this paper is questionnaire based, and I have chosen the questionnaire from SPPEL word list CIL Mysore. Analysis is based on descriptive method. The location was chosen was Jhimangia village from G Udagiri block, Kandhamal, Odisha. I chose three informants, and most of the domains were verbs, which is transitive, intransitive, and causative, and some action verbs. And I also had to collect some phrasal and sentential level data to show periphrastic causatives also, means sentential causatives also. The objective of the study was causative construction of Kui, the causativization of verbal roots of Kui, transitivization of as causativization, means how transitivization and causativization are same in most of the cases in Kui language. Extra transitive verbs as causal verbs, structural modifications from non-causatives to causatives, and periphrastic causative formation. These are the topics I'm going to cover in next some minutes. These are the literature, these are the books and papers I have followed to continue my research. First of all, if we see causativization of verbal roots, we can see that causativization is morphological in Kui language. Affixation makes non-positive verbs as positives. Kui verbs are generally either transitive or intransitive. Suffixation converts some intransitive verbal roots into transitive, as it is a feature of most of the aggregating language. These transitive forms are the causative forms of corresponding transitive verbs. For example, I can show that sava means to die, which is an intransitive verb, becomes sakpa. Verb becomes pa, pa. To kill means to cause to death, means it becomes transitive, and here the transitive verb becomes causative verb of the intransitive verb. So another example I have written here. This is also shows the same type of thing, and there are some extra transitive verbs which are used as causative also. Intransitive verbs have transitive counterparts as causative. Transitive verbs also have causal verbs. These are extra transitive verbs. For example, gramba means to learn, which is a transitive verb, uh, has causative as grappa means to teach. So we cannot say that always a transitive verb is a causative verb. Sometimes transitive verbs have their causative counterparts, which is different from a transitive verb. And causatives can be formed out of both intransitive and transitive verbs. So we can see here that from transitive and intransitive, any type of verb, we can find causative verbs. And another thing is, uh, uh, unlike Hindi and some other languages, we doesn't have dual causatives. Means in Hindi, like we can say that khilana and khilwana, there are dual transitive. So Kui doesn't have like that. Causatives can be formed out of both transitive and intransitive verbs. Suffixation changes any verb into causative. So I have shown some examples of structural modification from non-causative to causatives. There are some sound changes like ga ending verbal basis becomes got changes to pak, means the cluster of pak in kui when it becomes non-causative to causative. Examples are ega means to be open becomes epka, ga becomes pa and ka, paka together. So koga becomes kopka, muga becomes mukka, and nga, naga, nga ending verbal based basis as nga changes to paka cluster. So linga becomes lepka, panga becomes papka. uh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And some other structural modifications are the ending verbal basis and not the ending verbal basis, means the cluster the ending verbal basis. So the changes to tapa, means ada becomes atpa, brada becomes batpa, means to be scattered and to scatter, and like that we can see some more examples that the becomes spur. And there are many examples like ba ending verbal basis, pa ending verbal basis. There are some rules based on which we can see causative verbs, means they follow a certain pattern, like ma ba gramba becomes grappa, means wherever we see ma ba medial verb, we can make it causative using this papa. Gramba becomes grappa, means to learn and to teach. Like that, pa changes to papa also. And I have also mentioned some more examples like ba ending verbal basis and ba ending verbal basis. Apart from that, we can see these were the examples of morphological causatives. And apart from morphological causatives, we can see periphrastic causatives in Kui. So some verbs cannot be causativized by affixation like any other languages. Many verbs are there which cannot be affixed, which cannot be modified by affixation. So we have to use another verb which would be helping the main verb to be causativized. For example, in English, we can say that I ate rice, someone made me eat rice. So that made is the or make is the extra verb, means periphrastic verb, which makes the verb eat as causativized verb. So like that, giva means to make or to let. Giva is the verb which is used as the periphrastic causative verb in Kui. Appropriate form of giva means appropriate tense form of giva is used as verbs infinite. For example, I can show the sentence Bappa Gadi Nisa Gitenju. means father stopped the vehicle. I have mentioned the gloss also. Papa gadi nisa gitenju. So uh, means we can show that nisa is a form of means past form of this sorry, gitenju is the past form of giva. So I can we can see that father stopped the vehicle or father made the vehicle stop. And we can see that to conclude, I can say that kui verbs are rich in their causal forms. Both morphological and periphrastic causatives are seen in the language. Kui does not have second causative like Hindi. Most of the verbs can be causative verbs by affixation. Giva is the periphrastic causative verb. So, finding our never the ultimatum. If study further study goes on, we can see many other things. These are the references I have followed to carry out my work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vishwanath ji.